Thank you all. I want to start by thanking Council members Fuentes, Vela, Velasquez, Harper Madison, and Kadri for items 143 and 134. They are incredibly important and timely. I think you all understand that Council at first appearance, finally in Travis County, implements a basic constitutional right. And I don't need to add to your able articulation of the reasons why Senate Bill 4 was and is a stain on Texas. So I would like to step back and speak to items 105, 134, and 143 and how they're very much tied together for me. Our world is in a multi-generational project of learning how to share this earth with one another rather than killing one another in order to establish one exclusive group or another on precious sections of land. Sometimes, some days, and in some parts of the world, some humans are very much stuck in a warrior mentality. Here in America, we have moved the needle a little bit. That is why the term criminal trespass has become so fraught. What is criminal trespass? Well, it's basically a person being on someone else's piece of the earth without their permission. Unless you are Comanche or Tonkawa, if you now live in Central Texas, it is likely that somewhere in your family history there's a person who committed criminal trespass. Just 150 years ago, someone might have pulled out a gun and finally established their control over a piece of land that way. Today, we expect police to do that for us. And police are at the front line of our migration away from killing one another over property and instead finding a way to share this earth. Making criminal trespass a crime, and I will just mention that in Austin, this is an issue for migrants and it's also an issue for our unhoused. Making it a crime and therefore something you could be arrested for and put into a jail cell has been so fraught with complexity that the criminal trespass section of the Penal Code has been amended almost every session since 1973. Today, this crime is at the center of our debates about our unhoused neighbors, and it has become the centerpiece of what made Senate Bill 4 so aggressive and so different. Senate Bill 4 acknowledges implicitly that really here we're not talking about violent criminals coming across the border. We're talking about regular folks coming across the border, and we need to find a way to be able to arrest them. That move was so big and flew in the face of so much of our cultural momentum that's been in the direction of finding a way for everybody to live together, that it has put police in the crosshairs. This city, for several years now, has been trying to train police to migrate from a warrior training and a militarized training to a guardian training. What does that mean? That means that police are being placed in the position of moving the ball towards the world we're trying to live in, where we can all find a way to share this earth together. Has that been hard for them? Yes, it has. Do we need to continue to move in that direction as long as we place them in that position? Yes, we do. And that is why Sam Liedtke's case is so important. As a young police officer, she was on the front line of seeing that culture clash in the academy and in the police force itself. And she has come forward and said, we need to do better, and we need to do better faster. Because the people who are suffering are not just those who are being moved against their will off a piece of land that we should learn how to share. It's also the officers themselves. So I'm here to say that you should postpone 105, you should listen to Sam and think about what it is we're asking police to do, because it's very much in line with what you're doing about Senate Bill 4 and what you're doing, giving those unhoused neighbors rights when they have their first appearance in court. And so these are tied together. This is part of a culture shift that we need to make, and it's important for both our police officers and for all of our residents that we continue to walk down this road. Thank you.
Chris Harris.